What's up, everybody? Welcome to Laser Source Podcast. That was a nice face, Matt. Number one podcast. Feel like Matt's news anchor faces. In other news today, 18 small rabbits drowned when an animal
today. Fire burns stuff really good. Follow us for more.
Hey, this just in. The number one sponsor on the planet is Johnson Plastics Plus. Yeah, what's up? Did you like that? If you
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
If Pepperidge Farm remembers, if you like the show, guys, if you like listening, don't forget to head down to the description and check out the link to our sponsor, Johnson Plastics Plus. Number one place online to get laser blanks. They even have laser machines. They've got sublimation supplies. Matt's all about that. And a whole lot more. We have a link down there for up to 15% off just about everything in the store. There are a few exceptions on larger pieces of equipment, but I mean, virtually everything that the average shopper would be interested in, you get 15% off. The code's YLR ZDF. You can check it out down in the description. Make sure you go check out Johnson Plastics Plus because their funding helps us keep the show alive and materializes free time for us to exist in this hole with you guys on Tuesday nights every week. So make sure you check that link out down below. Also, hello to everybody in chat. We got a ton of people here for the show today. Hopefully they're not all lining up to complain about Lightburn 2.0. We got lots of people. Smoke shows first today. Michael's here. Lara. Richie. Bronson. Wow, I'm on a first name basis with so many people now. Keith Bordley's here. What's up, Bunny? Chris Gallagher's here. Dwayne Dickens, what's up from North Carolina? Yo. North Carolina, home of Danny Go, the kids' YouTube channel, which my kids are all about right now. Mike C's here. David Mason Sr. What's up, man? He's from
Alabama. What?
Happy Taco Tuesday. And let's see. Lightburn 1.7 forever. Just kidding. They will get it figured out. Yeah, that's interesting. We'll talk about that a little more, but spoilers. Kyle and I were talking about it the other day, and neither of us have really had any issues. It's been smooth sailing for us. So I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say today about that because I just haven't. It's been inconsequential for me, the update so far. Granted, I haven't pushed it very hard, but we'll
Are
get
you
to
on 2.02 though?
I'm at 2.0.02. Yeah. Oh, hey, speaking of 02, I don't know where I was going with that. What's up, Anthony? How you doing?
What's happening?
Yeah, you're doing the late show drop-in. I'm glad you're here.
I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize.
It's all good. I don't know how long before
we're 15 minutes over the show.
How long before the show did you message me saying you were available? Like, how late was I to getting back to that?
It was maybe like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, that wasn't too bad.
I messaged him this afternoon, like 3 p.m., saying, "Don't forget to send me the link." And like 10 minutes ago, he's like, "Oh, by the way."
I just looked at Discord for the first time today. I've had the day from hell. More spoilers.
I don't know.
I don't know what order you guys want me to talk about things in, but I have 3 big things I want to cover today. The first is Lightburn. I really want to hear from everybody in chat about their experience with 2.0X so far. So if you guys have stories about that, drop them in chat and we'll star them as we go. Kyle's on it. 2, I have a new laser. It's sitting right behind me. 3, I've had a horrible day with rotaries, and I have to tell somebody about it or I'm going to implode in on myself. So do any of those topics particularly interest you guys?
Anthony, I feel like Anthony should get the pick because he's been gone a little bit. So, like, would you rather hear him complain or talk about smart people stuff?
I'd say let's get rid of the rotary stuff, and then I want to hear about the new laser, dude. I'm excited.
Yeah, sure. So
I love new lasers.
I've been editing a lot. We've got 3 core episodes that we've been working on lately. We had the Cork Ultimate Engraving Guide to Cork. That's out now. If you guys haven't watched it, not the best Ultimate Engraving Guide. I get it. It's kind of a boring material, but it's really fun to see it on every single laser we have.
It's a good moneymaker, dude.
It's a good moneymaker, dude. Cork's cheap, and we even have settings for fiber laser, which is super cool. So if you haven't already watched that, go watch that. So that was the first one. The second one is the day in a shop. So it's just me following Rhiannon around for what was really 3 days in the shop while we tried to just clear our jobs. So like we had a bunch of jobs stacked up from customers and we just worked through all of them. You don't get a close look at anything in particular. It's mostly just like us working, so you can see like our workflow. But I think it's interesting. We talk about pricing a little bit. That is in editing right now. I'm going to have that done in a couple days.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, the third one is my review of the We Create Lumos, which is not going to be positive because when I emailed them about bidirectional scanning, they told me to shove it. So I've spent the last like 2 days. Yeah, that's the face I made.
You know
so
what the problem is, though? You can only shove it one way. So,
dude, that's what I'm saying. So I spent the last like 2 days. Literally, I have it right next to the X-Tool F1, and it just decimates the We Create, despite them saying that their unidirectional is faster, which is literally impossible. So that's what I'm going to show. I gave them every opportunity to address it, and they just were like, that's the way it's supposed to be. So whatever. Not going to be a great review. I really like the machine, too. That sucks. That one's going to sting. So those are the three things. I've been crazy busy. While I've been doing all of those things, Rhiannon has been dealing with jobs in the shop, and she's doing a great job now. She's pretty much up to speed on how lasers work. She knows Lightburn pretty well, especially listening to us talk about it when she's editing the podcast every week. She's like learning by osmosis, you know. Anyway, she had everything down to one last job. It was a big box of glass mugs came in, and the dude wants us to engrave a logo on it for a sports team, and he wanted it huge. He wanted it like massive. And I was like, you know what? I've not had the chance to use the rotary yet with the UV. I've always done cylinder correction, you know, like a projection. I've never actually ran a rotary under the UV before. And so I was like, you know what? Sure. I'll tell him yes, because she always checks with me. I was like, tell him yes, we'll do it. We can do it nice and big. That was like a week and a half ago, and I've been crazy busy, so I haven't been paying attention to it. In my head, I'm thinking, oh, we'll just slap the rotary on there and get it done. You know, like it's not that complicated. It's a logo on a glass, not a big deal. So we get out there 2 days ago. 2 days ago, we go out there. We plug in the rotary. We get the stepper driver. My Mactrons have that external stepper driver box, which isn't a big deal. It's just moving where the stepper driving is happening. We get it all plugged in. We hit the test button in the rotary setup in Lightburn, and nothing. It wasn't even the motors weren't even like actuated. Like it was just loosey goosey, like literally nothing at all. And I was like, that's weird. So I open it up and we start like messing with the wiring. I'm playing with like the EasyCAD pins on like the EasyCAD board. I'm trying to make sure that I'm sitting there with a multimeter with like the negative in my mouth and the positive in my hand, like trying to like check leads and make sure that like voltages are right. Nothing worked. So eventually I went back and I watched the video. We did a live stream. I don't know if you guys remember this. It was like a year ago, where I downgraded the UV from EasyCAD 3, like low key. I never made an episode about it. The first one we did was downgrading that SFX from EasyCAD 3. That's the big produced EasyCAD 3 downgrade video. We did a live stream where I downgraded the UV laser, and we never really made a big deal about it.
You took something out of the box, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I ripped a power supply out of the box. It was okay. That actually wasn't it. But I did remember. I did chuckle when I opened the UV and saw my little power, my little wall.
Yeah, because you use like a wall wart. Yeah.
I just used a wall wart. That was fine.
I remember you literally bit like having wires like out of your hair and ears, being like, "We got this, guys. We're good."
I did misread the pinout though during that episode. Whoops. So I had the X pulse positive and X pulse negative were like supposed to be on pin 14. 15 and 14, and instead they were on pin 15 and 13. So I was like, I got it. I know what I did wrong. This is fixable. It's just not getting the right signal from the EasyCAD board. I can do this. And I open up the little, like the DB connectors have like the plastic shells, and you can like open them up. I open it up, and it's just fucking filled to the brim with hot glue.
I remember this.
And I was like, damn. And I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. I've got more DB connectors. I've got a bunch of them. Not one. I can't find one in the entire shop. This was on Friday. So Friday afternoon, we're getting ready to leave. I go on Amazon and I ordered like a pallet, like an entire pallet of just DB15 connectors. So this never happens again. And they were supposed to come on Monday, and they didn't show up. Amazon was like, we're sorry, your package is delayed. And they arrived this morning, but this morning the server went down, so I had to fix the server this morning. So I spent the first half of my day getting the website back online. Sorry, guys, if you were trying to do website stuff this morning, there was some unplanned maintenance. I handled that. I get to the shop today at 1 o'clock. The DB connectors are there. Everything's ready to go. The job is due tomorrow. Tomorrow at the end of the day. And so I'm like, it's still okay. I know what's wrong. It's just that one pin. And I got really cool. So normally on the back of a DB connector, you have little, no, this is cool. This is cool. Okay, so normally on the back of a DB connector, you have those little pins that stick out and you have to solder the wires to the pins. This one is huge. It's like this big, but you open it and there's Phoenix connectors inside.
Oh,
the little
that's nice.
Down ones. Yeah. So it was like, those came in and I was like, these are sick. It's going to be super fast to get these wires in. So we rewire the thing. I plug it back into the EasyCAD board. We turn on Lightburn. I make sure everything's connected. I hit test and nothing happens. And I'm like, what is going on? And we spent the entire rest of the day up until like 4:45. I have to leave to come home to help get like the kids ready and stuff. So we have time to do the show tonight. And just as we're about to leave, I was watching that UV episode again, the one where we tear down the boards. And I noticed that the serial on the BJJCZ digital board in my machine ends in a B. The EasyCAD 2 light boards come in two versions, an A version and a B version. And the B version doesn't support rotary access control. So you cannot wire a rotary access to the B boards.
Oh, no.
All the stuff's there, by the way. Like all the pinouts and stuff, it looks exactly like it should, but it will not send the signal. That's the
it will not send the signal.
Yep.
So fine, whatever. I'm like, plan B, dude.
Did you pull the board from the CO2?
I tore that fucker apart so fast you wouldn't even believe it, dude. Like I've literally never ripped open a laser so quickly. B board inside the CO2 Galvo laser.
Jesus.
So yeah. So I don't have a single digital EasyCAD 2 light board in my entire shop that supports rotary extension access. I've just never run rotaries on those machines before. I really like cylinder projection. I'm big fans of cylinder projection and project mark, and I use them all the time. So I like almost never use rotaries on the Galvo laser. And the one fucking time I signed myself up to do it, I realized I don't have an EasyCAD board that supports it in the entire building, not one. So as I was about to walk out the door today, I went on to AliExpress. I went to the Hunts. You guys know Hunts?
Yeah.
This is a pretty big company. I went to the Hunts laser store because they were the only people that didn't look like they were going to scam me out of my money and send me B boards. And I ordered 2 EasyCAD light boards, the A versions, and it was $700. So
how much are you making on the job?
I don't like $20. I have no idea. It's not even remotely close to it.
But now it's a problem he won't run into in the future.
Dude, it's like
future-proof.
It was never going to make enough money to cover the amount of time I've sunk into this, but it was something that needed to be fixed. And desperately, I need that. That's like a non-negotiable thing. Those lasers need to work with rotaries. So, I ordered the boards, and they're going to be here, I'm sure, in like 2 weeks. This guy is shit out of luck, the guy that placed this order. I told Rhiannon, I was like, ask him if he's okay if we do it like long ways, because then it'll still feel big. You can have like the sports mascot and then the name of the team kind of like running up the side of the glass. Like that'd be cool.
Yeah.
So she did a couple like super quick proofs and sent them out to see if we could like, sell them on it. I mean, it's not a small order. There's probably like 40 glasses. I mean, it's big enough, but we're trying to sell them on that. And it was just like a whole thing, dude. So that's my story.
I feel like the biggest takeaway from all of that is just testing and knowing machines and time. Because like I've done stuff like that before, where like I can do this, and then my setup just didn't work the way I thought it was going to, and I was like,
"Yep."
So then I just need 2 more days, no problem. It's just like it ends up being time.
Yeah.
So in this case, it's a lot of time.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a freight delivery from another country.
That's the worst part. Altogether, I mean, like, granted, I'm doing other things. Like, this is not the only thing that I've been doing the last 4 days.
I wonder if CloudRay would have had that board quicker for you.
I looked, and CloudRay does not sell it any longer. They're gone.
Really?
And I'm pretty sure the reason is because the last time they were manufactured was like, what, fucking 1998 or whatever?
I don't know, but... the CloudRay Galvos now, they moved all of their Pro line over to the full boards.
Sure, but I don't think those are being manufactured anymore either. And I think the reason why they don't sell them anymore is because they're using all of them in their own machines to make them Lightburn compatible. So I don't think they want to sell out of their like back stock of those boards anymore. I think they want to keep them for the like machines. But I don't know.
It's a real pain in the bee.
Bunny Washer's mentioning clone boards. I can recognize a Cyclone board if it's sitting in front of me, but I don't trust myself to buy one.
The problem with the Cyclone boards is they're not always well documented.
Yeah.
So you don't know what you're getting, and visually they can look identical.
Yeah.
Like as we know from the B to A board, they can have the same physical components, but they're not, like the firmware isn't set up or internally wired on the board to send the signals where they need to be. Whatever.
Laura's asking if I used the Eon, and I didn't. I really don't want to if I don't have to. I just don't like the way CO2 looks on glass anymore. I'm super spoiled now with the UV. So if I can sell the guy on doing the like tall version of the artwork, then I think that'll be fine, and we'll just run that on the UV, and that'll be that. Or he'll come pick up his glasses. It sucks, but it happens sometimes. He was a really friendly guy, so I don't think he'll be like irate. It's not one of those situations, but I'd like to still do the job. So hopefully he responds to that email overnight. But yeah, so
CloudRay has the V4 board for CO2, UV, and green laser.
Mm-hmm.
Only the beads.
It's the V4.
Yes, full size board. Yeah, those are $800.
Yeah, $878.
I'm not paying $1,600 for new controllers for my lasers.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Plus, those are for you. The only reason you need a full size board is if you need. The only reason you need a full size board is if you need multiple extension axes, and the only time that's true is if you have a motorized Z bed or if you have a motorized tower.
XY.
Yeah, fly marking. That's the only one that can do fly marking, if I remember correctly.
Or fly marking.
Yeah. I was going to say, for that, you'd have to go back to the 3D, which would completely undo everything you did before.
And I still wouldn't be getting the job done in Lightburn. So, whatever.
Now it's $2,400 deep, guys.
You couldn't pay me enough to well, I guess you could technically pay me enough to buy an EasyCAD 2 board, but yeah.
If Lightburn ever supports the EasyCAD 3 board, then you'll be in business.
You can pay me $800 and I'll buy a full-size EasyCAD 2 board. I guess you can put a price on that. But really, there's no, for the vast majority of the users, there's no reason to buy a full-size EasyCAD 2 board, which is 2/3 more the cost, almost 4 times more the cost. So
yeah, only if you've got a specific use case on that kind of thing where you're going to make that money, and just that's all day, every day.
Yeah, all day, every day.
All day.
How are you guys? I'll let you talk for a minute. I didn't bring my customary Spindrift out with me, so I have nothing to drink, and I feel like I don't have anything to do with my hands, so I'll be right back.
What to do with these?
Who's going first? Anthony, you missed a couple weeks. What's up, bro?
Dude, just staying busy with work and a few scattered laser jobs and trying to keep up with my kids, man, that's been the biggest thing. So yeah, just counting down the days till summer vacation's over and I can kind of reclaim my time and my sanity. So
that's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, everything's going great. We had a heat spell here that has passed, so now I'm enjoying life again and not sticking to everything. So yeah, not really a whole heck of a lot to go over. It's just been kind of
a little easier to stay hydrated now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I should own stock in liquid IV by now with as much as I've had in the last few weeks.
For real.
Are you feeling like your setup at home is kind of configured, or do you just have like a big pile of shit in a corner somewhere?
No, all the lasers are up and running, and I have a workspace. I need to fine tune it and kind of redirect some of my exhaust stuff again. But yeah, it's coming together.
How's it been with people that you were in touch with when you had the separate space, like finding you or following up with you on things now that you're at home? Have you had trouble with that?
No, not really. Most of them either have my phone number or email, so I've been in touch with a few people, and I kind of actually fired my first customer the other day because things were just going a little bit too sideways for a brand new customer, and I was like, you know what, I just don't think this is going to work.
What was the job?
It was champagne flutes, and it was something that it was a guy I've done work with before, and he referred this lady because he's part of this committee, and he's like, hey, hit up Anthony, he does great work. And you know, he sent me her email, and I emailed her a couple times, and she never got back to me. But then she called me and she's like, hey, I've been trying to get a hold of you. I was like, well, I emailed you like a week ago. So then she asked me to resend it, and I did. And then she started emailing me even though she had my phone number and was texting me, and I was like, this is kind of weird. And then, so we worked everything out, and I gave her a quote, and then she just kept asking for more and more and more and more without ever really committing to like being a customer. And so I was like doing stuff for her, but then she'd ask for more, and I'm like, you know, I just, if you can't really commit to me doing the work, like I'm like 10 hours in for free on my own time. I'm a pretty nice guy. I'll bend over backwards for a lot of people, but if you kind of push me to the point where I'm like, my time's worth money, so you're either going to have to pay up or we're just going to part ways. And that's just kind of what it came to.
Did you like try that? Were you like, hey, if we're going to keep going, I need a deposit?
Yeah, I kept asking. I was like, hey, you know, I need to know if this is something you're committed to doing. And she's like, well, I want to see this. I want to see that first. And I was like, well, I can do that for you, but at some point we need to, you know, make it.
See, to add to that, I've had someone do something like that to me. And I feel like this is when I was still, because I'm the same way. I mean, I think all of us want to work with people because they have cool ideas. They've got things we want to make. So it's like, but literally that happened to me one time where I sent them an image, and I've learned basically like, hey, pay me before I send you the image, because like that's something that but it's still difficult to have that conversation because my problem is when I send you something on your phone and I do finally have that confrontational moment with you of like, hey, I'm really looking forward to working with you, but I need to have like a buy-in, like you said. And then she can go, oh, you know what, let me think about it. And then she takes that to the next person who's brand new and just, hey, here's my idea, and just keeps on rolling with it. And like at some point it's going to stop, but that's tough.
Yeah, I was using their artwork, so it wasn't like I put a lot of like creation time into it, but it was like she wanted me to like superimpose images and stuff, and I'm like, come on, dude, I'm not.
Yeah, I'd just be like, dude, I'm a robot about it until they give me something. Like I'm just like, hey, company policy is a 10-hour max on revisions, and we hit that. So if you want to continue, I need a deposit. Here's an invoice and a payment link. You know what I mean? And if they pay it, great, and I'll write them back. And if they don't pay it, you ghost. You know what I mean? Because your last thing was like, I need this, and if they don't give that to you, then you know.
I think Anthony's actually had good advice about that before. Is like when you tell people how much, because I know you've mentioned on here before, when you give people a price and they're like, well, I know someone else who I saw on Facebook for like $2 cheaper, and you're like, cool, you know, and then they end up
getting them up
anyways. So it's probably what you're gonna.
They came to you for a reason, really. I mean, it's my opinion, you know. So if my reputation is what brought her to me, then obviously it's not a matter of like my quality of work. I don't know what went sideways. I think the lady was just a little kooky to begin with, and like just the introduction was kind of weird, and it's just kind of weirded me out a little bit.
I have one like that.
So
I have one that started like that. So I'm not kidding you. Back in March, so I have a customer who always buys like a couple $1,000s of stuff every year. Like it's always the same time. They always want pretty much the same order, but just different names and stuff. And they're great. So they sent someone to me from like a private group they're with that I guess associates with them. And so when I saw who it was, like, hey, so-and-so sent me, I was like, oh, awesome. Because they're very much like, send me the bill. I want to pay it. And then the same thing happened. The lady talked to me about aluminum tags. And I think it was like 100 aluminum tags. Then it turned into 200. Then it turned into text. Then it turned into maybe an image. And it just kept going. And I was just like, yep, awesome. Anytime you want to bring them by, here's how much I'm charging. And she's like, oh, that's a lot. And I was like, nope, not really. Have to set up. It's like a whole situation that occurs. And then she was like, great, I'll bring those by next week. Never. And it took like that span for like the course of 6 weeks just to.
That's a bullet dodged. My dude.
And that's kind of how I saw it. I just went, look forward to hearing from you. I'm pretty busy. I'll get back with you later. Look forward to meeting you when we talk about it more.
Did Michael Mullins and I ever tell you guys about fish sticks? Hammer sticks, fish sticks. No.
Oh yes, crazy lady.
The crazy lady. Yes. All right. Good. Well, I'm glad that we told that story. I'll tell it again, but I want Michael to be here for it because that's a good crazy. That's the ultimate. This is the penultimate crazy person story where it went from like us cutting paper leaves out of like cardstock to like her metal fabbing like a fucking 12-foot tall like steel statue that we were cutting out of like a laser cutter. It just like blew just over the course of years. It took years for like her full crazy to come out. That's a good story, but we'll circle back around to it.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was a rough time. Fish sticks. I'm glad you remember, Matt. I was feeling a little crazy.
I just remember it's rare that I see Michael. Like Michael's a pretty calm dude, and when you guys were telling the story, his like hat like got pushed up, and he was like,
maybe. Oh yeah. Did we tell that story at LBI? We're probably at LBI.
Here. Like we've had that.
We told it here.
Yeah,
did we have? It was on the show. Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure we went over LBX too. But for me,
I gotta watch. I'm on like fucking. Oh my god! I just did it again. I was just about to say I'm on like. So I was gonna say 5 F-bombs. I think that's 6 now.
Your brain is a rotary box right now.
Naughty. I know.
So for me this week, I had some plastics that I worked with. Woo, plastics from JDS and G.
It's all this last week.
Yeah, we got JDS. I got JP Plus, and then they also brought me something I've never heard of before. Like this is actually from these are from somewhere else. And I showed them JP Plus, and I showed them JDS. So
what are they? Let's get a look at them. Are they like IP?
Yeah. So I did these on. Here we go. Boop. So what's really nice textures, super smooth, dude. I did these on the CO2 Galvo. And so basically, this was just one of my test strips. They got turned into 4x2. Oh my goodness, where are they? I don't even know. They got turned into 4x2 rounded edge. Plates for a warehouse, for an ice cream warehouse, and so they wanted 150 or 160 of those.
Are they refrigeration safe?
Yes. So these are UV. So silly, but these are made for like UV safety. So basically, like the stuff doesn't come off near food.
What did you make when you did the one you? It was a long time ago, but you did one that was like for a power plant or something.
Yeah, so that's the one that I made the actual video for Plastic Payday.
So no.
I bought $200 worth of plastic. Yeah, that was Plastic Payday.
Oh.
But I made I think I spent like $180 on the sheets of plastic. So I had 6 12x24 blue, and then 3 12x24 red to make sure I had enough for like overage and all that kind of stuff. But basically, I think it cost me like $180, and then it ended up it was $1,300 was the total. Nice. So it's like $1,100 profit. And the nice thing is each one of these took 22 seconds to engrave. This is what it turned into. So it was literally just letters and numbers. I had to literally like poke Kyle because I'm like, God, I haven't done variable text in so long. I was like, Kyle, tell me how to do variable text. He's like, it's just DD, dummy. And I was like, oh yeah.
What did you like mask both sides of that?
Nope, there's no masking with the CO2.
Did you raise it up off? Oh no, you did them on the, but you cut them, right? You cut them out.
Oh yeah, so literally I just ripped the plastic off, cut 4x2. I did do like a specific rounded edge they wanted because it was down, like they had like a certain parameter they needed it to be for safety.
Did you raise it off the honeycomb table at all?
I've never ever used a honeycomb table in my entire life of laser cutting.
Oh, you're cutting them on the knife bed?
Mm-hmm. They just drop down. I collect them at the end.
I'm way too lazy to do that. I like raise the plastic up off the honeycomb bed. I put like something underneath them to give them like a millimeter of space.
Nah, like the nice thing is I've never had any issues with it, or with the clear acrylic. I've done stuff like that because that's where you'll get like the flash, you know, when you hit the metal. With this stuff, I mean, there's really nothing that doesn't. You can literally just use like a
just wipe it off.
Yeah, I mean, you can use white. Honestly, an alcohol wipe is the best.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I did those, and what's really nice, like I said, these took about 22 seconds a piece with a 4-inch. I think it was 100 millimeters by 65 millimeters for the size of that engrave. And
if you guys are listening and you have a knife bed, listen to Matt because he's doing it the right way. I'm doing it the wrong way, just so we're clear about that. The knife bed is for cutting.
For the acrylic that isn't clear, by the way, that's the one thing. With the clear acrylic, it is smart to keep it off metal, but. Yeah, so we did those. I just got a couple of orders for some more cups. Cups are always like these. They're always great. They're money makers.
It's crazy. I never get cup orders, and then when I do, I have broken rotaries. So
that's so wild.
Did anybody else hear that? That sad little violin. And then the other thing too, I'm telling you, dude, these name tags are just they're great. Like I got an order for, dude. Yeah, I got an order for about 36 more name tags. They're brass that they want because they just keep getting new hires. People leave and go away and they come back. And basically he's doing a seasonal order. And I guess because I'm sure that like when you're 20 years old and you're throwing them in your car and you're like tossing them in your glove box and like all kinds of stuff, I'm sure they're getting beat up pretty quick. And he's only paying like, I think $7 a piece for them. So it's one of those things where like I pay $1 a piece. I engrave the logo. I think I've shown you guys those before. And it's like $6. With the magnet, I think it's an extra quarter, so $1.25. So it's still making $5 for a 1-minute engrave. Pretty sweet. Yeah, and that's so lots and lots of orders. And I was just telling Alex before the show, I'm really thankful to have those orders because this week one of the kids went to the hospital, so that was fun. Like, I had a little ER trip. And so that was, I'm sure, going to end up being like $1,500. And it's like
he was just dehydrated. He was fine. Matt's kid didn't get his arm chopped off.
My goodness.
Not this time. Don't count him out. I have faith in that kid to really, really mess himself up. He can do anything he puts his mind to. But yeah, so that was pretty much it. So I'm really thankful that I got all of those things because it's going to pay for those things. Let's see. Another kid in the hospital or the same kid? Same kid. See, I thought I talked about it last week. Maybe you did.
Maybe I just wasn't listening because I tuned you out. I don't know.
What'd you say? I absolutely didn't care with your voice.
What now? Huh?
Yeah. Anyways, man, that's it. So that's my whole week in a nutshell.
Nice. Just chill. Kyle's been sick. You sick, Kyle?
Yeah, I've had some flu stuff in the house, so we're all just kind of,
keep that shit in Connecticut.
It's one of those slow recovery situations. So I've been sick since like Thursday night. And I'm just starting to like get a little bit of energy back. So I've spent a lot of my time focusing on responding to people on LMA, responding to comments. Yeah, just when I get my moments of clarity and energy, I spend a couple minutes typing, and then I review some other stuff, and then I get back to people, and then I'm dead for a little while, and then I come back to it. So it's just, this is the way. I was midway through a big, I was catting some stuff out. I can say that much, for a build for a video. And unfortunately my brain is just not up to par enough to deal with numbers and measurements and flattening 3D objects into 2D for build plans. You know what I mean? So I'll get back to that later this week and keep pushing. And yeah.
See, Cheryl's in chat mentioning the vomiting, and I remember the vomiting. I just don't remember the hospital. You're laughing about
I'm
it.
Laughing because I'm just thinking about Kyle. Like, is it Kyle's like, is it my vomiting? Huh?
No.
It's his
I hope
turn
not.
now.
All right, well, you guys want to see what I got in the mail?
Yes.
One moment, please.
If it's worth moving, that's exciting.
He got up from the chair.
That's what I'm saying. It's a big deal.
I haven't been this excited about a laser in a good while. I hope it lives up to my excitement. Yeah, it is little. I haven't used this at all. Let me preface this by saying I've turned it on, but I have not marked anything with it. The module hasn't even spun up once on it. I haven't played with the apps or the software or whatever. I haven't tested its supposed Lightburn compatibility. So I know nothing about this. It could be a total piece of garbage. But just on the surface, I'm very excited about what I have. It is the Algolaser PIXI. Ooh. It is, now you're looking at this and you're like, oh, another like F1 clone style machine, right? No, guess again. It is a gantry diode laser.
Oh, it's like a cantilever, an enclosed cantilever.
It's not a cantilever though. It's a full gantry. So it's got both rails for the y-axis. So it's not a cantilever design. And believe it or not, so I don't know. I know the lighting kind of sucks, but you see that teeny tiny little diode module in there?
Yeah.
10 watts.
Wow.
That's a 10-watt diode module on that little tiny gantry.
Wow.
Dude, that's wild from what, like, just thinking like 2 years ago, what was coming out.
So when I was explaining why that's impressive to Rhiannon, I was saying, you know, the Ortur Laser Master 3, that giant thing that looks like the X-Tool D1 Pro, that is
the head that you could use as a weapon.
Yeah, that is a 10-watt module, and they stuffed it into this little guy right here.
Did you see what Laura said?
No, what did Laura say?
She goes, looks like a coffee.
It kind of got like a Mr. Coffee vibe, right?
Where do you put in the pods?
I haven't even peeled
Spaceballs the coffee.
I haven't even peeled the protective film off of the shield yet. That's a film on that.
That's a slick little device there, man.
So let me show you. I really appreciate this thing from just an engineering perspective. They did some really interesting things. For one, the shield is like motorcycle helmet, so I'm super into that. Also, the top of this machine is shielded, but the shield itself is completely magnetic. So it actually just, I don't have any fingernails. Let me see if I can just get in here with the little.
It's also dummy proof.
It's just in there good. But the tolerances are tight, to say the least. So that shield completely removes, which gives you access to the gantry system inside. It's also where you can adjust the Z height just by turning this little wheel. So you turn it left and it lowers, you turn it right and it raises. So
is there like an autofocus built into that?
There isn't, but this is a super cool thing right here. So if you turn the machine around, and we're going to talk about some things back here in a minute, there's a little focal stick right here. A little focal stick, so you can literally just go.
That is awesome.
That's actually the first.
Now it really does look like a coffee maker.
It's the first of its kind. It's not a galvo laser; it's a gavel laser. You just bang it really gentle. Okay, that's enough of this.
There's a built-in fan. They stuffed the fan into this, so it's got that positive pressure going out of the machine, negative pressure inside. There's also the world's cutest, tiniest little power switch right here, which actually feels really good. It's USB-C. It's got rotary support. And then here's another cool thing. You see these thumb screws right here? Man, my video is so black. But there's 4 thumb screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So this entire head assembly raises up from the base and can be re-locked in at multiple heights. So you have the small granular adjustment of the knob through the top, but then you can also raise and lower the entire head of the unit to fit larger items inside. You think
that was actually going to be one of the questions I asked. So there's a macro and there's a micro. Got it.
Precisely. You think that's it, but that isn't it. So one of the really cool things, but wait, there's more. You can just barely see it. Sorry, guys. It's not great video for this. I will do a review on this for sure because I really like this thing. But there's a grid. You see that grid in there? So that grid is projected in the software when you're loading jobs in. And so if you just put something on the grid is static and it knows where to go. So you don't have to do any kind of like manual alignment or anything unless you're doing something really precise. So you can just use the grid and it's just like playing Battleship. You just find the grid and you're like, bloop, it's in this corner. And you go. So that's super cool. That whole plate right here with the grid on it comes out so you can engrave larger objects just by setting the laser on top of the thing.
Oh, that's cool.
And wait,
there's more.
Flip that over. There's a freaking cut bed on the other side. So you can take the whole thing out and just flip it over and you get the knife bed on the other side because you have 10 watts. So you actually can cut with this thing. So you have a little knife bed on the other side, so you can flip it and drop the knife bed in at any time. And all of that said, I still haven't talked about the coolest thing. And the number one thing I like about Algo Laser, all of their machines come with a built-in OS. You have the onboard.
That's dope.
So touch screen right there runs Algo Laser OS, which is on version like 2.6 now. I think, and it does a bunch of really cool party tricks. Like one thing they sent with the machine is a stylus because you can just write on the thing and then it will just engrave that, which is super cool. So you can just like draw like a picture of your mom or whatever, and it will just engrave it for you. So that's pretty neat. It does barcodes and QR codes built in. It's got a text editor and a bunch of other like little things. There's an app. I was playing around with the app earlier on my tablet. So this thing and all of Algo's lasers are really cool because it's truly a thing where I feel like you could take it somewhere with a bunch of files preloaded, ready to go, and actively swap between them without touching a computer or a tablet or whatever. There's a whole little operating system built into the machine. So you can swap out files on the go or adjust positioning or change what you're working on, or like switch to a rotary mode or whatever. You can do all of that in the little touchscreen, and the OS that's running on it is clean. It's polished. It's well translated. It's responsive. It's super fast. It's got 2 CPUs inside. I think one, they don't claim this on their marketing, but I think one is just in charge of like the laser, and they have a secondary CPU that runs the OS, so they're never fighting over like bandwidth, Nice. And you can tell because when you're using it, it's quick. It's like very, very snappy and responsive. It feels like using a new smartphone. It's just really cool, dude. And
did Gil send that over? Because Gil's Algo, right?
No, dude. I was talking about this. Gil, if you're out there, tell me. I was just talking about this because I was like, man, I'd love to play with Algo Laser OS on one of their big boy machines, like the Delta, And Kyle was like, why don't you reach out to Gil? And I was like, dude, the last time I talked to Gil was April of 2024. And I was like, hey, man, how's it going?
That's not true. You saw him in October of 20. Oh, no, you're right.
That was 2023, my dude. Yeah,
God,
wrong year. So
flying, bro.
I know.
Oh, look, Robin said Gil's with Lightburn now.
Oh, that's crazy. Well,
by the way, hi, Robin.
News to me.
Hi, Robin.
Maybe I should message Jason. Hey, send Gil Tell Gil to respond to my Discord messages. But yeah, so anyway, neither here nor there, irrelevant. Though I would like to catch up, Gil. No, the answer to your question is no. I forgot what we were talking about for a second. But Gil did not send this over, and it was just like some random person who claimed to be from Algo. You never know with them, that like offered it for a review, and of course they said yes because it's so little. I don't think this would fit on my head as a helmet.
The actual like space that takes up, it looks like it's like maybe 14 or something by 16.
It wouldn't fit on my head. Like I couldn't wear this as a helmet if I wanted to. Like if the innards weren't in it. I mean, it's really, really small. It's a little bit deeper than the F1, but it's half the height, and it's 2/3 smaller than the Lumos. I mean, it's really, 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 really small.
What's the highest speed you can go with that?
I have no idea. It can't be that fast because it wouldn't have the acceleration space. It looks like it's got 120 wide by 150 millimeter deep, like workspace according to that grid, which is fair. So it does make good use of that space inside, probably because that little 10-watt module is a tiny little cutie. So the whole thing is like really cool. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, to me, that so last week, and Anthony, you were watching last week, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so remember last week we were talking about the Algo and like the market for like the marketability of these kinds of machines. That's the kind of machine that you could set out there and it's going to do a job. Like, so if some kid walks up and says, I want to put my mom's name on that, and her name is Linda, right? Or Laura. And so like you put that on there, like you could actually create something. It's out there. People are seeing something cool happening. They can walk up to it because of that really nice shield. They can actually be there and like see some stuff happening. But then you have all your pre-made stuff already there. And that's really, really cool.
That kid could write his own mom's name on
something. I was going to say that, yeah.
That's sick.
Which is
that's
pretty
actually
tight.
even better.
You could do with like a tablet and a computer, but it's like 800 steps. You got to like pull out, like you have to have some kind of stylus for the tablet. He has to write it in some kind of drawing app. You have to save that as a raster image. You have to trace that. You have to bring that.
That's also really good marketability too. Taking a picture of a kid doing the stylus and stuff, like making it.
Do it. It's on their website. It's.
That's what I'm saying. You could post that on your Instagram, and now people are like, "Oh my god, look at that! It's so wonderful."
Yeah. The only thing it's missing is the only problem I have with this is that there doesn't seem to be any mechanism at all for air assist. So while you have 10 watts, you can't use it at slow enough speeds to really juice the 10 watts. You could probably do it in multiple passes, but you're not doing like 5 millimeters a second on this, cutting through like, 3 millimeter ply or whatever. There's just going to be a fire. So that's the only thing that I looked at while I was looking at this, where I was like, it's weird that that's not there, given the power of the module. The 10 watt is the max wattage you can get on it. This unit's like $400, I think. It also comes in a 5-watt variant and a 3-watt variant, and the 3-watt variant's only $199, which is kind of wild just to get anything like that cool with the little OS built in for $200, dude. Like, I just like that. I like that. Like, gives me like the little excited butterflies, Like I like that you can spend $200 and like get something kind of preem. It's pretty cool.
I haven't seen you this side about a laser in a long time.
It's
like
cool.
You genuinely stoked about this. That's awesome.
It's just so small. Like, and I know like you guys kind of seem like you can tell, but like this is so little. I can't express enough, like just how small.
Alex has tiny baby hands.
By the way, tell me if you know what this sound is. Let me see if I can locate.
Oh, Sam is saying the 10 watts, $329. That's sick.
Yeah, bam. Why do I feel like I'm going crazy?
As you are.
I know, right? Shit. I was playing with them earlier. Oh, you hear that? You hear it? You know what that sound is?
I was gonna say it
sounds like a button.
Depressing.
Oh, it's an end stop.
It's limit switches.
Switch. Yeah. Limit switch.
It's got limit switches, and it has. So it's got 3 limit switches. It's got one on the X, one on the Y, but it also has a door close limit switch. So by default, it won't fire with the door
safety.
And if you open,
so
if you open the door,
qualifies as a class 4.
Yeah, it qualifies as a class 4.
That's awesome.
Just another little thing I forgot to mention. But yeah, lasers this size don't you often have them. So,
nice observation question on this guy.
Yeah.
I noticed some QR codes all over the back of that. Is there an associated phone and or a tablet app that goes with this?
Yeah, so there is an app. This was one of the other oddities. It's funny that you should mention that. So the app, which was super easy to install and is free and has a lot of cool features. A lot of the ones you can find on the OS are like on the app too, so you can do them but bigger, like the drawing one.
Yeah.
But I wasn't able to connect the app to the machine. And in the device list, when you go to connect, the PIXI isn't listed, which I can't imagine why that would be the case other than they just haven't gotten to it yet. I don't know how new this is. I saw reviews on YouTube dating back to like April, but I don't know how long it's actually been on sale. So they might have gotten it like super early or something.
It might have to be on like the same Wi-Fi network or something to see it.
I was going to say
it is.
Well, yeah, I was going to say like maybe is it something where it creates its own Wi-Fi network for it?
It does. It doesn't. You add them both to the same Wi-Fi. It only supports 2.4 gigahertz network, so it's not like a bandwidth thing.
Gotcha.
Because they're both on the 2.4 gigahertz network. But it shows you like a list, like which device are you trying to set up, you know, and it lists a bunch of their lasers, all of their lasers. In fact, every single one of them, including every revision of every machine. So there's like this massive list of lasers, and the PIXI's just not in it. But they advertise that you can use the app on the PIXI page if you go and look at the listing. So it might just be like some kind of weird oversight. The app does look older, and it's not quite as clean as the OS that's actually on board the machine. It's clearly meant to be used on the machine that way. Not that the app is bad. I wouldn't say it's bad, but from what I played around with on it, it definitely seemed like it hasn't gotten as much attention as the operating system. I'll put it that way. But still, it seems like it should be a very straightforward pairing process. So like I said at the start of this conversation, I haven't tested nothing. I spent like 10 minutes before the show, like just playing around on the tablet to see if I could connect it before we started talking about it. So I've put very minimal effort into it, and I might just be doing something stupid. That's totally a possibility. I just haven't done it yet. So you heard about my day. I literally grabbed this box on the way out the door. I was like, "You're coming home with me to show you to the guys, little cutie."
It's just sitting there like you're kind of cute. It's
yeah.
Oh my goodness, what a day!
So yeah, I'm stoked about it. I'm stoked that there's a gantry diode that's that small. They've just packed so much into.
Oh, that much functionality space. Too. That's nuts.
I really like,
and it's rotary capable.
It's rotary capable. Their rotary is not
Mike
good.
Said,
their rotary is a hot
the same
dog
thing
roller.
I said. Yeah, Mike was saying, "Can you set your phone to the machine's Wi-Fi?" Is what I was like, because like,
oh yeah, maybe there might be a way to scan a QR code or something. I don't know.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's something weird like that because it's almost like, have you ever seen those like selfies or whatever, where it's like a printer for your phone? Like you can take a picture with your phone and it prints to the selfie.
Yeah,
like that's what it's called. I'm wondering if it's something like that where you sync it up, pop in some like code, and then go.
I'm not.
But you just got it out of the box, so.
Yeah, I'm not a huge manual guy, but I brought the quick start guide home with me, so I'll see if there's something in there about
it. But that's exactly what you should do, because that's what everybody's going to do. Nobody like sits there and is like, page 1.
The point is, guys, I haven't really tried yet, so it might not be broken. I'm not saying it's broken. I don't want to give the wrong impression. Yeah. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. So yeah, so that's my new little toy. I'm excited. It's fun.
All right, went through 3 things. Did we cover all 3? We talked about Crap Day, Rotary.
Yeah.
Talked about cool new machine.
We didn't really talk about Lightburn because no one's really complaining. So I guess everybody's having a good time.
A lot of people said that they're reporting bugs. They're doing stuff. I think there were like 2 or 3 that got mentioned, and then everybody else was kind of like, I think there's already a 2.0.03 is what somebody was saying earlier.
Oh, really?
Not publicly.
Right. I think it's their
Narcy.
you can download off their whatchamajig.
Well, Bunny commented this earlier. My bug is I get a Lightburn end user agreement every time I launch it.
That's
I
a
click
funny
agree.
bug.
It comes back next time I launch it. So yeah, it's there's a lot of little things, right? That people are
running
experiencing.
Lightburn out of a zip folder. Oh wait, no.
You're thinking EasyCAD.
I know that was a joke. I was joking. I didn't know if
I didn't know.
Honestly,
I thought you were burned out from today, and I was just gonna be like, "Hey, buddy,
no.
You got 3 minutes. You can make it."
I was making an EasyCAD joke, and it was a funny EasyCAD joke.
It must have been an EasyCAD A. I only speak EasyCAD B. Sorry.
Great.
Boom.
Thanks. That doesn't.
So a lot of the issues that are being reported to me are crashing on feature use, right? So like certain features when you launch it and use it in the program, when you start using it, result in a crash, or you mark once and then you go to mark the same thing again and it results in a crash, or just oddities, right? Typical stuff that you run into in a fresh release. Sometimes they get fixed like in a week or 2. So here's the thing, right? Like if you're having problems, make sure you don't have any pending Windows updates because that screws everybody up. Make sure you restart your computer when it tells you have an update pending. And then number 3 is if you're still having problems, you got to report the problem or else it's probably not going to get fixed. So shoot the info over to Lightburn support. Let them know what you're doing and what's going on, and they'll ask you for more info if they need it. And if they're aware of the problem, they'll say it's being worked on.
Yeah,
and that's how stuff gets better for everyone.
My stance on this is if you can't tolerate bugs, get off the bleeding edge version of the software, right? Go to 1.7. 1.7 works great. Period.
1.77 best.
Yep. Go to 1.7. And then wait until 2.0 is all mopped up. Because
do any of you guys do that kind of stuff? Because I'm literally the person who will wait. Like my computer the other day told me it's like, hey, you have a Windows update, and then about 3 weeks later, it was like, you really need to do this Windows update, and then I kept telling it no, and then finally yesterday it was like, we're doing this in 15 minutes, and it was like my wife when she plans something, and I just forget.
Every computer I own not only runs Linux but runs Arch Linux, which is like a rolling update like distro of Linux. So literally I get like every test push on every piece of software for every minute change as they're committed to their repositories. So it's literally just like I'm always on the bleeding edge of everything, and everything's always broken. It doesn't have to be that way, but I like having things up to date.
I'm the guy who literally like that. You read that article where it's like Apple phones are only lasting for 3 hours because people are still running something like 7 updates ago, and I'm like, hey,
yeah,
because it works.
Like my mom, 800 tabs open in her phone web browser.
I've got
Chris says finally.
Chromes.
Yeah, Chris is finally someone that agrees that pending Windows update can cause problems. Absolutely,
everyone agrees. That's not a controversial statement.
My prior life was IT, help desky, like you name it, and the story of my freaking life.
My entire Windows system goes down every time I have a pending Windows update. There's no, it's like unusably bad until you run the update. It's awful.
Yeah,
that's not controversial. I completely agree with that. What is that? The final cutout?
Yeah, this was the one that was like the fancy rounded out one. Like I literally was just sitting there. I'm like,
wait, it's not even marked. It's just cut.
Oh yeah, this was just the like they had to. I had
one that's finalized.
Oh no, they're all gone. They all got shipped immediately.
So were you putting like flavors on them, or like Rocky Road?
Rocky Road,
Baby Ruth.
I'm just here for the show.
All right, well, we're at an hour, so
hey.
I'm gonna have to literally, when we're done with this episode, I have to go sit down at my desk and change the thumbnail and the title now, because we talked about Lightburn for like 5 minutes.
All you should do is just get rid of the word bugs and just like cross out the letter S. Bug.
I think I'm gonna remove the bug and put a picture of the PIXI, like superimpose a picture of the PIXI, and then it'll be Lightburn Dragon.
You just screenshot this.
Yeah, perfect. That's great. I'm absolutely including that now.
Oh my god. All right. We're getting stupid.
Yep. As usual, because it's the end of the show. Thanks for sitting through my F-bombs, everyone. If you got value out of this one, don't forget to smash the like button. Let everybody else know the content is good. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified the next time we go live. We're here most Tuesdays at 9 o'clock p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time, if you're wondering. Anthony's usually here. He sells tape. You can get it over at his web store, beamituplasertape.com. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Always have to check. It never sounds right because it's so many words, but it is. beamituplasertape.com. The best tape in the world if you're trying to laser tape. Right, buddy?
Or tape lasers.
Kyle, if you don't know why you need Beam It Up laser tape, then you don't deserve to know.
I've used it so many times.
Kyle sells infinitely repeatable patterns on his Etsy shop. There's a link to that down in the description as well. If you need some, my favorite is Houndstooth. Do you guys know Houndstooth? That's the best pattern, period. Houndstooth is bay. When I played Microsoft Solitaire back in the day, Houndstooth, the Houndstooth back, card back.
Fancy.
Gaudy, dude. I love it. So if you need some infinitely repeatable patterns, make sure you check out Kyle's Etsy shop. There's a discount link down there, and we get affiliate sales from it. Double win, doesn't cost you a dime, so that's super helpful. Thanks, Kyle, for making those available. Matt, your offer still stands on the business coaching, I'm assuming. Yeah. Give the people, I don't want to sell that because I know nothing about business. So why don't you tell people what you can help them with?
Yeah, I mean, basically kind of the things that we've talked about on the podcast before and things that you might be working on for the Laser Master Academy. If you haven't gone over there, make sure you check that out too. But basically setting up your own shop, LLCs versus S Corp, C Corps, all those kind of things, trying to figure out if you want to do sole proprietorship. Those are the things where the amount of time that you spend looking into it versus talking to someone who's either gone through it or has looked it up or can help you point you in the direction for that. Really just kind of helping you. Because when you say I want to start a business, that's this, but then, basically narrowing it down to the scope that you're trying to focus on, helping you develop your first 3 or 4 products and kind of finding outlets and ways to connect with people to get those in their hands. That's pretty much
it. Don't worry, guys. Matt's just began offering this. So in a few weeks, I'll just be like, go check out Matt's dumb thing. It's a link down there too.
You don't have to listen to me talk about this always.
Yeah. And then, if you didn't get your question answered tonight, sorry, I had a lot to talk about. My bad. But you can tune back in next week. Again, it's Tuesday, 9 o'clock p.m. EST. If you don't want to wait that long, check out the Laser Master Academy. Like Matt mentioned, it's the #1 way to support the channel. You've got just thousands, literally, of people at your fingertips that pay to be there. To have the privilege of helping you with your laser problems. That's really what it is. Everybody pays, and we all value our time we spend there more. So you get higher quality answers and people that are really dedicated to working on this craft and helping others kind of grow as artists and tech people and laser operators. Is really cool. If you want to learn more about that, again, it's masters.lasereverything.net. 95% of the channel's funding comes from the Laser Master Academy. If you're already a member, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you. If you're not, go check it out. I don't think you'll regret it. I think that's all I've got. Anybody else have anything they want to throw in at the last second? We good?
Gucci.
Bunny Washer did mention the coin challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, word.
It's a little late for this past month, but we're going to open up voting probably tonight or tomorrow morning.
Hell yeah.
Then we will
What was
pick
the theme?
80s arcade games.
Oh,
So,
I missed that.
Yeah. And then Bunny Washer was the winner from last month. So he will be choosing this upcoming month's theme, and we'll get it posted. And let's get some people participating. I have to do mine tonight, so it's by the deadline that I'm imposing. But
I'm not going to have one done by tonight. I think the next time you do one, I'm going to make like a wood coin and just like submit
the wood
that.
coins are
See
so
if it
dope.
gets,
With
see if
UV.
it gets any. Nobody's going to like it, but I'm going to do one and submit it.
You should do a cork coin.
Done. I'm going to leave you guys with that thought. That's all we got, guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Laser Source Podcast, and we will see you in the next one. Discord links in the description. Go sign up for the coin challenge. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Pew, pew. Bye, buddy.